about preparations for the release of the tapes from Memphis tonight?
Yeah.
Obviously, I know that's going to be on your mind. Police department has put out their statement. But can you talk about the concerns that you have for any kind of violence, looting, or mayhem that might happen here? And just because obviously the crime is such a concern for voters, if something gets out of hand, that's a campaign issue.
Well, put aside the politics. We need our city to be safe. We have a long tradition of peaceful protests in the city, and I'm calling upon everyone of goodwill. Look, from what I've been led to believe, these are going to be really tough videos for people to watch. And people are going to have a lot of emotional reaction to them. But I hope that that emotional reaction doesn't lead to destruction of property, acts of violence, or other things that frankly undermine, I think, the strength of our city. We've got to be better than that. As I said, we have a long history of peaceful protests in this city, and I'm hoping that that long history holds. You'll remember when but I'm going to give you another example, right? When the video of the murder of Laquan McDonald was released right before Thanksgiving in 2015, I think we all held our breath and were worried about what would happen. And of course people protested, but the protests were peaceful. Our city did not come apart. Now obviously we've had the intervening circumstance of what happened with George Floyd, but we have been doing extensive outreach to civil rights leaders across our city, faith community leaders, business community leaders, since we understood that the video was going to release. I got read into this over the last weekend, and we put plans in place was because we learned a lot from 2020, and we know that we have to reach out. We know we have to educate people and listen to them about what their concerns are. So it's not just about law enforcement, although we are ready and we have activated, I think, security plans that will remain in place while we see this thing play out. Now, would I have liked that Memphis released these videos during the daylight hours and not on a Friday? You bet. I've been very clear about that. I've had conversations with lots of mayors across the country this week that are also feeling the anxiety. But number one is we must express ourselves peacefully. That's what we do to honor the legacy of Mr. Nichols. That's what we do to honor the legacy of his family. I know his family is also calling for peaceful response. So we owe it to them and we owe it to ourselves to express ourselves, express outrage, express anger, but do it in a peaceful and constructive way. And we're going to continue, obviously, to monitor the circumstances through the course of the day. We have no actionable intelligence that anything untoward is going to happen here, but we must be prepared, and we are prepared.